I'm Laura, and this is Trope Train Trilogy, and today I'll be discussing something I know nothing about: tension. This video is part of Wordstock, an AuthorTube collaboration where a bunch of different authors make a video about the same topic on the same day so that you viewers or fellow AuthorTubers can watch a bunch of different perspectives and see what clicks with you. The Wordstock seminar series was created by Robert from The Story Detective, who is super awesome and you should check out, and I will be linking him in the playlist of all the videos for this Wordstock down below. Also, I would like to thank him for asking me to participate in this collaboration. Anyway though, so this is the second Wordstock, and it actually has two parts. First part were videos on Wednesday about suspense, and then the second part today is about tension. So you might be asking yourself, what does Laura know about tension that all these other awesome channels don't? The answer is nothing. I know absolutely nothing. Giving advice on tension is not anything close to what I usually do. Usually the videos I discuss is about characters or plot devices, tangible elements in the story that the story is about. Tension is more of a feeling. It is more of an experience that the story gives to you. At least I think. Maybe I don't know what tension is. My attempt at defining tension is the psychological effect a scene has on the reader. While suspense causes the reader's anxieties to mount through the use of the unknown, tension spikes the reader's anxieties through the tangible conflict on the page. I understand that tension and suspense are different, but I'm not sure. A lot of people are saying they're always 100% different, but I feel like they can overlap. It's hard for me in my brain to register a specific concrete example for something that is an experience that a reader has on an emotional level, which is why my videos are usually about specific tangible character types like anti-heroes. It's physical within the story. Tension is an experience. How do I define an experience in a specific way with harsh lines? My thing is I understand suspense and tension are different, but I'm not sure if they're always 100% mutually exclusive. Tension is scene level, whereas suspense can envelop an entire book. However, my concern is I don't think it's an immediate switch from suspense to tension when the conflict arises. And I do think sometimes it can be a gradual shift as realization dawns on the reader. And in fact, I think sometimes if a reader realizes something before another, it could switch from suspense to tension sooner. I'm not entirely sure. So for an example of me trying to figure out in my head what the difference is, I know this video is supposed to be 100% about tension, and this video is majoritively about tension, but to try to understand the difference, I'm going to discuss the awesome elevator scene from Captain America: Winter Soldier. So before this elevator scene, Nick Fury actually breaks into Steve Rogers' apartment after someone attempts to assassinate Nick Fury and gives him the message of ears everywhere, shield compromised, before immediately being assassinated. This is what is in Steve Rogers' mind when he enters the elevator. Nick Fury's assassination sets up the suspense for the elevator scene by letting the audience know that S.H.I.E.L.D. has been compromised. So then when Steve Rogers is in the S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters and enters the elevator, we know that he is in enemy territory. He walks to the back of the spacious elevator with a very beautiful view of the city and looks out upon it, and he says, "Operation Control," and the elevator doors begin to close, only for his fellow agent Merlot to stick his hand in the elevator and keep it from closing, and then Merlot enters with two other of Steve's fellow agents. Merlot talks to Steve, asks him for some advice, and then they all stand in the elevator kind of quietly and awkward. The elevator continues to descend. In the elevator, Steve notices that one of the other agents has his hand on his gun, and Steve's suspicions are raised that something is about to happen and that they are not his friends but mean him harm. The elevator stops again, and then men in suits enter. Some of them go to the back of the elevator, forcing Steve into the center. So the once spacious elevator with a good view is now claustrophobic. And Steve notices that one of these men in suits has sweat running down his brow, which again adds to the clues and his suspicion. And this scene is slowly and gradually transitioning from us wondering what's going to happen to us waiting for when the attack will happen. Finally, 3 massive men enter the elevator and stand in front of Steve, blocking him from the door, and it closes. This confirms Steve's suspicion that they mean to attack him. And it wasn't an immediate this is what's going to happen as much as a slow realization of Steve that we as the audience experience with him. If I would describe how this scene feels to me, I would describe it as tense. Everyone in the elevator is tense. I am tense. This scene is tense, which makes me think it's tension. However, the conflict hasn't necessarily come to fruition yet. So is it technically suspense? Because at first we might be wondering what's going to happen, but as it continues on, I start to know that there's going to be a fight, and maybe it's not 100% no, but to me it feels tense, like tension. But again, it's also suspenseful in a way. What's going to happen? This scene has those viewers on the edge of their seats, and it's a gradual realization of what's to come as opposed to immediate, this is it. Some might say that this is suspense and it doesn't become tension until Steve utters the words,
"Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?"
Boom! The suspense that is building up snaps. Or is it tension that snaps? I don't know. But anyway, something snaps. And it releases the viewer into the immediate conflict and the fight. And at first, Steve is losing. He's getting overwhelmed by the numbers and is almost captured. The thing is, even if the setup to the fight is only suspense, the fight in itself is still tense. We still question what will happen and how Steve will survive, which is important. Tension plays with the audience's emotions. Not every conflict is tense. Not every fight is tense. It has to be well written, and the readers must have an emotional conflict going on within them. They must feel tense. If I am certain of the protagonist's victory, then I won't feel tense. Therefore, it's not tension. Now, then again, sometimes a scene that has extreme tension for one reader might not for another, depending on their investment. But personally, I don't think every conflict qualifies as having tension if it's poorly written. But my question is the transition from suspense to tension gradual as Steve realizes what's to come? Or is it an immediate snap when Steve utters the words? Or is the entire scene tension because it is scene level conflict? Personally, I've always found suspense and tension to be something you evoke within your audience. So within the scene, there is suspense of not knowing what's going to happen, but as the conflict slowly becomes a certainty and is building up to happen, I feel tense. And I get that tension is the conflict within the story, but also if I feel tense, it feels weird to me to consider my tense feeling to be suspense, because it is scene level and it is the conflict building up. Steve has the conflict within his mind, wondering, is this what's happening, or am I being paranoid? Are they actually going to attack me? And then him confirming they're going to attack in some ways breaks the tension. However, the fight within itself also is tense. So I'm like, does the tension break and then start up again? Or is it the transition from suspense to tension? Because when Robert gave me the definition of tension and suspense, and he gave me examples of what tension is, one of the examples he gave was subtle action. Now, he did say car chase versus subtle action, but to me that implied that subtle action is part of tension. And the men getting into the elevator, getting ready to attack Steve Rogers, to me, reads as subtle action. The subtle action of the agent putting the hand on his gun because he's nervous about attacking Steve. The sweat dripping down the agent's brow, and Steve watching and examining and coming to the realization that there's going to be a fight and that he's going to choose when it occurs. These subtle actions make me tense. They create tension. So to me, that build up does have a transition from suspense to tension. It isn't as much immediate switch as much as a gradual one. To me, suspense and tension can overlap. They aren't always 100% mutually exclusive. But maybe I'm just completely wrong. But part of me is like, how can a feeling your audience have be 100% mutually exclusive to a different feeling the audience can also have from a similar thing. So that's part of why I'm kind of confused, because I'm not sure if everyone's definitions speak to me that well. Even though I know it's a definition of a thing, I'm not good with emotion definitions or feeling definitions. But to me, the transition, as the scene goes on, it gradually goes from what is going to happening to mentally preparing for the fight. And personally, I find that to be the transition from suspense to tension. And yes, the fight within itself is tense and has tension. I would argue that before the fight breaks out, it almost has more tension. Now the fight afterwards is even cooler because of the buildup, and seeing Steve struggle definitely has a bunch of tension, but before the fight, it's almost entirely that tense feeling. And when the fight breaks out, that's almost a kind of cathartic release from what has built up within the audience. This scene is then called back to in Avengers Endgame, and in this scene, Steve goes back in time to before Winter Soldier ever took place. It was a couple years before, and he enters an elevator full of Hydra agents with the goal of getting something from them. When he enters it, it's immediately tense. He's already surrounded and he chose to enter it. However, the setup calls back to the earlier scene beautifully. Agent Merlot acknowledges Steve, and Steve now acknowledges him back. And Steve says that he needs the scepter. A politician character is like, why would you need it? We got it covered. And Steve insists. That character says that he has to call the higher-ups to check to see if this is correct. And Merlot says that that's not going to happen, that he's not going to give the scepter to Steve. As the tension builds, as the audience anticipates for another fight that was as iconic as the one in Winter Soldier, Steve leans in towards the politician and whispers the words,
Hail Hydra.
Which the agent immediately acknowledges him as being on their side, being on his team, and they give him the scepter and he leaves without a single fight. This scene is tense, and personally, I would say this scene is more tension than suspense because we think the same thing's going to happen. And that's the thing. You can think you know what's going to happen and be like, oh my gosh, how's this fight going to go out? Oh my gosh, it's going to be another fight. And then it subverts the audience's expectations. The buildup of Steve in the elevator is the stretching of the tension, and him whispering the words, Hail Hydra, is how it snaps in a way that we do not expect. And that's the thing. Tension doesn't always have to lead to a fight. It doesn't have to lead to direct conflict. But whether this scene is suspense or tension, a gradual transition or immediate snap, I think this is a great scene, and what it is doesn't change that for me. And though I struggle to perfectly define suspense and tension, I do think that I can understand the concepts of evoking emotions in readers, even if I don't know the proper terminology of those words. However, that's not going to stop me from continuing to try and fail to define these words. So let's keep digging this hole. Tension is a mental or emotional strain. It's the feeling of stress any given scene can give to your audience. When your protagonist's goal or even life is in danger, that should create tension. You don't want your audience to feel assured in your protagonist's ability to succeed. You want them to question it, to be concerned. You want them to feel tense. You want them restlessly flipping through the pages, anxious of what is to come, especially if that conflict is the climax. However, unlike suspense, where it's entirely about the unknown, tension doesn't require any specific question of your reader, if any at all. Merely, it requires discomfort at the rising conflict. Now, having a question usually helps and makes the reader more uncomfortable. However, your reader doesn't have to be questioning things in their mind, as much as the events unfolding on the page must cause some form of discomfort within your reader's head. The reason I say it doesn't necessarily have to be a question is because I also feel that dread at the events unfolding in front of the reader can also create tension. The reader holding on to hope even though they know the outcome that they don't want is inevitable is also tension. It's the conflict in the reader's mind. A great example of this dread to me is the scene in Infinity War where Thanos and Gamora go onto the planet to get the Soul Stone. You watch as Red Skull tells Thanos he must sacrifice that who he loves, as Gamora taunts Thanos, saying he's never loved anything. And as Thanos turns, we see see that he is crying, and Red Skull says he is not crying for himself. It is that moment where Gamora realizes that Thanos intends to kill her, and the tension starts to build. It's this dread of knowing what he's going to do. We know that he's going to do it. I didn't doubt in my mind he would succeed at sacrificing her, but still watching her struggle, watching her try to kill herself to escape so he can't use her to get the Soul Stone, watching her struggle like a child, hitting his arm as he drags her away. This all builds into a sort of tension that isn't me not knowing what's going to happen, because I do, it's inevitable, but me not wanting it to come to fruition. And then as he throws her off the cliff, that tension breaks. The moments between Gamora realizing what's going to happen and Thanos throwing her off the cliff is all tension. We know what's going to happen. Maybe some people didn't, but I knew he was gonna do it. Not because of spoilers, but because I was watching, I was like, yeah, he's gonna do it. It was not only the conflict of what Gamora wanted versus what was inevitably going to occur, it was the conflict between what I wanted and what I knew was going to happen. It is that conflict in my mind of my wants and my thoughts fighting each other. What I wanted and what I knew didn't go together. Because if I didn't care, then it wouldn't be tension for me. And that's my thing. I don't think a story can have tension for one reader but not another. Because tension is that emotion it evokes in someone. But personally, I think for a scene to have tension, it needs three things. One, it needs investment from your reader. I need to care about your characters and their goals. I have to want your protagonist to succeed. I have to want them to survive. Two, the scene needs stakes. There has to be something at risk, something that the audience knows of. Whether it's the character getting embarrassed, failing at achieving their goal, or even dying. There has to be tangible stakes for your audience. Even if the stakes end up shifting, we have to believe in a certain level of stakes. Number three, there has to be conflict not only within the events unfolding in the story, but there also has to be conflict within the mind of your audience. The tension within your mind can be wondering how a scene will play out, like the first elevator scene, questioning if or how a hero can win a fight. It can be anticipation of what you think will occur, like the second elevator scene, or it could be dread, like the scene where Gamora is thrown off the cliff. And maybe there's some other ones that I haven't thought of, but generally those are the different things that cause tension within me. Tension is the transformation of conflict on the page into your reader's mind. It is the growing anxiety as the scene plays out. It is the reader becoming both enthralled and overwhelmed. Those scenes I described from the Marvel movies, it's like a glass of water being filled to the brim and then continuing on. The surface tension of the water allows it to go above the brim. It allows it to continue to accumulate, but with each drop, the tension is strained until it eventually breaks and the water floods over the edge. Are all really powerful. However, one thing to take note is that unless your story is one scene, your scenes don't occur in a vacuum. Every single scene leading up to the conflict in question can either exponentially increase the tension or kill it dead in its tracks. As a reader and viewer, I've noticed a common trend in fiction that really kills tension of scenes for me. This trend actually kind of inspired a saying that I use when it comes to writing, and I actually mentioned it way back in my Writing a Great Antagonist video from 2017. This slogan is, "Lose the battle, win the war." Now, this is obviously not a completely original quote. It's very similar to a lot of different quotes. However, I also couldn't find one that's verbatim like mine, so I think I made up the wording. But my point is, I apply this to writing stories. If you think of your entire story, whether it's a short story or an entire series, as the war, each individual scene-level conflict is a battle. You might need your protagonist to win at the end of the war, but that doesn't mean they should win every single battle. In fact, they probably shouldn't, or definitely shouldn't. Obviously, every rule has an exception, but I cannot think of one. But anyway, the point is your protagonist should not come out of every conflict the winner, especially if this specific conflict is repeated. If it's a 1v1 fight between your protagonist and the antagonist, then if it's going to be repeated later in the story, you should probably not have your protagonist curb stomp the antagonist. That kind of kills the tension for the fight later in the story, especially if that fight is the climax. You want us to be unsure if the protagonist will win. A good example of this is will come in a later video because this one is getting too long. So though at the beginning of this video I was unsure about what tension was, and I'm still kind of concerned I'm gonna get a bunch of comments below being like, no, tension cannot be gradual with from suspense. It's a clear line and you got it completely wrong. My bad. Just trying to talk about tension. Even if that's the case, I hope you like this video. Even if it was terrible. But anyway, though, I hope you like the video, at least some of the examples. And please tell me all your thoughts below. Even if you disagree with me, we can always use that conflict in the comments. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.